So you've just jumped into crypto. Your current investing strategy, literally spray and pray. Grab a handful of mud, throw it at the wall and see what sticks. Or you're investing in some coins some random YouTuber is talking about after it's already pumped. See, this might work in the very short term, but most end up dropping their nuts. I could give you coin picks I think are going to the moon, but you and I both know that's not what you need. Instead, I'm going to give you a straight shooting look at what I've learned after 4 years of frolicking around in the crypto space. I'll show you how I find my crypto picks, some dumbass mistakes I've made in the past, how I look at profit taking, and some misconceptions I've had jumping in. This will help you cut out a whole heap of unnecessary time, pain, and bullshit. The first thing I've learned, let's make this very clear. If you are investing in crypto, you are gambling. Outside of Bitcoin and a handful of crypto projects that actually do something, we might as well be playing the pokies. I got to admit though, it is fun. And when you learn about the tech behind some of these projects, it blows my mind what is possible for the future. Unfortunately, investing in the tech alone can send you broke. So that's the first. Call it what it is. This game of crypto investing is straight gambling. High risk, high reward. But side note, the coins I mention in this video are not picks I think you should invest in. They're just examples to prove a point.
The content in this video is not to be interpreted as financial advice. If you do your arson by investing in anything I talk about, please seek comfort from a loved one and give yourself an upcut while you're at it.
Next, the token or coin price. A big misconception I had, and it sounds really stupid now. The token price is pretty irrelevant. The important metrics when looking at crypto are market cap and circulating supply. Let's break this down quickly. Circulating supply is, as it sounds, the total amount of coins on the market at any given time. Now, if you multiply that by the coin's current price, you get the coin's market cap. Ethereum has a circulating supply of roughly 120 million tokens. Multiply that by its current price at the time of recording of $3,366 US, you get its market cap. That's why it's number 2 in the crypto space. So these are the important metrics, not the token price. To demonstrate my initial delusion, let's take Bonk token. I could really go for a bonk right now. Ranked number 53 by market cap at the time of recording, it's at 0.00003 cents. At first, I'd look at this and think, I'll put $100 into Bonk token and receive over 3 million tokens. Ethereum is over $3,000 per token. If Bonk gets to just $1, just one stinking dollar, I will be a freaking millionaire. But it doesn't work like that. Again, ETH has a circulating supply of 120 million tokens and a market cap of $408 billion. Bonk has a circulating... it's hard to take this seriously, of 75.8 trillion tokens. For it to reach $1 per token, it would have a market cap of almost $76 trillion, 186 times the market cap of Ethereum, 40 times the market cap of Bitcoin. It ain't going to happen. That's obviously not realistic. So if this was one of your investing strategies, let's squash that right now. We use market cap as a guide, not token price. Token price is grossly misleading. Next, you might have to think about what you want out of this. Are you in for a quick 5x, 10x, 100x gain in a matter of weeks or months? Or are you looking for a 5x gain over multiple years? Because these are two very different arenas to play in, with different rules and different risks. See, these low market cap tokens with plenty of room to move can be explosive to the upside, but they are very risky and can dump 10 times quicker than they go up. Some of the more established cryptos, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, still risky, but less, with less reward. More on that later. These for me are the two types of arenas on offer. If I have $1,000 to play with, for example, personally, I'd put 75% of that, $750, into a large cap play, something like Bitcoin. Maybe 15% in a mid cap play like Solana, XRP, Cardano, but there are plenty to choose from. And the remaining 10% into high risk, small to micro cap plays, the fun time arena, where anything goes, yeehaw! My point here is first figure out what you are trying to achieve roughly. It doesn't have to be that deep. And allocate your funds accordingly, rather than just running into the Wild West blind, shooting at anything that pops up. Going 100% into Bonk token or 100% on Bitcoin are two very different things. Giving this a little bit of thought will help you manage your expectations. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Now to the big question. How do we find a cryptocurrency we want to invest in? For me, firstly, I would find a sector I'm interested in. Then I'll find a crypto project I felt like they were serious enough to become a big player in that sector. For example, I'm not a gamer, but I'm interested in gaming and found a couple of projects I liked. One was Affinity Token and the other Immutable X. Affinity are a protocol where traders and gamers could eventually create, distribute, transfer, sell, and buy NFTs. They are aiming to remove the barriers to entry in the NFT gaming space. I bought in at 70 cents, it topped out at about $2.30, and currently sits at 9 cents. Definitely one of my lemons. Should have taken some profit, something I will show you very soon. And then there's Immutable X, a gaming infrastructure play I liked at $7.40. So when it dumped to 70 cents, I started to buy in. I bought in at the lows, sold at some of the highs, and still holding along with my son who loves gaming. There are projects in every sector you can think of, from gaming to AI, gambling, casinos, even the adult entertainment sector. You can literally Google gambling crypto projects or whatever, and you will get information on what's out there. But I'd always view them as just leads. I'd never run blindly into a project without first looking at their website and socials. X, formerly known as Twitter, can also be a good hub to find projects early. And for those dirty 5, 10, 100x time bombs, I found YouTuber Alex Becker had a pretty straight shooting, smart way of finding, buying, and selling small to microcap projects. Now, I know those who know him are probably rolling their eyes at the moment. This dude is off his head. But if you could just look past the jokes, the shit talk, and the antics of the guy, he actually has a smart, pragmatic approach to the style of investing. There is the risk he's pumping up certain coins, whether accidentally or purposely. But regardless, if risk on, dirty, in and out gains are your thing, he does make sense, just not for the faint-hearted. See, I don't have the energy for this style of crypto investing anymore, but it was fun. Now look, if you've made it this far, smack the like button and consider subscribing. My wife says if I reach 200 subscribers, she'll happily cook me some eggs. Would you really deny me this simple pleasure?
Cook the man some eggs!
Now, another thing you may consider when trying to find a project to invest in is the risk versus reward. We'll take a casino gambling play, for example. On CoinMarketCap's website, if we come across the categories and look up gambling, I'll look at RDT. It has a market cap of $3.something million. A gambling and lottery project originally built on Cardano that aims to allow users to build and even bankroll casino games. If I think it can become a big player in the sector and take out a top 5 spot in that space, it'll increase by roughly 600%, giving me a 6x gain. If it took out number 1 spot in the sector, it would have to go up 76 times its current price to overtake Rollbit, that has a market cap of $217 million. Now, that's a lot of profit. Look, neither of these scenarios is guaranteed, but if you can do the math by market cap, you can at least see how much room your investment has to move. This is the reward. Then judge the likelihood of this happening or going to zero. This is the risk, and you can invest accordingly. One more example. Let's look at the big dogs. XRP, currently number 4 crypto overall with a market cap of $130 odd billion. What is the risk it could fall to its yearly lows of around 50 cents from its current $2? Some will say high, some will say low. Depends on what confirmation bias you're looking for. Make your own mind up. This is the risk. For it to take out the next altcoin spot, it would have to dethrone Ethereum, a big ask of any altcoin. But this is the best case scenario in my eyes. So if this were to happen, it would go up by over 300%, giving you just over a 3x gain. This is the reward. Again, at least with this information, it may guide you to how much you are willing to invest in this project. Look at the token you're interested in, then look at the big dogs in that space to see how much room it has to move. If a token seems very risky and only has a 2x gain in it, it's probably not worth it. Now to profit taking. Sound easy, doesn't it? But it's not. Psychologically, it is harder to sell than it is to buy when you're just starting out. Let's say you have invested $1,000 into some shitcoin and it's gone up 300%. Your $1,000 is now $4,000. You might consider taking out half of that, your initial investment plus another $1,000. The rest is a free ride. What you'll probably find is that little voice in your head that says, nah, this sucker's just going to keep going up. That instinctual greed inside of you. Don't worry, we all have it, including myself. I remember thinking, what if it goes up another 100%? Then another. I'll be kicking myself. But you never know what's going to happen. And when it goes bad, it happens fast. If you sell half and it goes up another 100%, it's a good thing. Taking profits is a skill harder to achieve than most like to admit. What I've found is it's much easier if you can remove the emotion from the equation. And one way you can do this is have some sort of profit-taking strategy in place. Here's a vague example of what I mean. I'm going to invest $1,000 in a Cody token. If it doubles to $2,000, I'll take $500 profit. If the remaining $1,500 goes to $3K, I'll take a further $1,000. If the $2,000 gets to $4K, I'll take another $1,000 and let the rest ride. In this scenario, you have already taken 2.5 times your investment back with a free $3,000 ride. If it dumps to zero, you're still well in the green. If you have an exit strategy in place, you can remove at least some or all, if you are disciplined enough, of the emotion from the equation. You see, us humans and our sensitive emotions have no place in the investing world, especially in crypto. No one ever went broke taking profits. Try to be at peace with the fact that it may keep going up after you sell. This leads well into my next point. Taking profits off the table altogether. See, in my early days of investing in crypto, I made a lot of profit. My first ever investment was in Dogecoin at 7 cents. Then it flew to 70 cents. I took profit on the way up, bought back in at times, eventually selling out of the position with a few grand profit over 8 months. I then rolled this profit back into some other coins like Solana and Cardano, which did well, making more and more profit, on paper at least. Problem was, I rolled the majority of this profit straight back into other coins. And when what they called the crypto winter of 2022 came along, everything dumped, taking most of my profits with it. I was 100% exposed. What I should have done and what I do now is take some of those profits off the table completely, storing away excess cash, waiting for the right time and opportunity to come along. From the end of 2021 to the end of 2022, when Bitcoin went from 61,000 down to 16,000 and no one was interested, this was the perfect time to start averaging into Bitcoin or almost anything on your watch list. If you are completely all in on the market, you are vulnerable and have no dry powder on the side to take advantage of the downturn or the ride back up. Like now, the crypto market has been pumping. The way I see it, there are a lot of new participants jumping into the market. One of my colleagues just recently told me his nana's been asking about crypto. Euphoria and hype have returned to the market. And if you'd like to know why, click this video right here.